All right, once again, backstage here at Riff Fest with Jolly from Bad Omens. Good to see you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, you just mentioned that you're from Sweden, obviously. So how do you get mixed up with the guys from Bad Omens? I mean, you probably answered this question a billion times, but
I did answer it yesterday, and it's like a long answer. I just keep saying the universe.
The universe,
because,
yeah.
I was over there, and I had another band, and right when that band kind of fell out to not wanting to tour anymore, that's when I got in contact with Noah, and like through my friend, our first bass player, Vincent. And yeah, since then we just got in contact. We
Just a crazy small world.
Yeah, exactly. And
Gotcha.
then it just spiraled into this. Honestly, that's how I went.
Yeah, I didn't know who I was going to be talking to for the band, and I was going to ask him who the greatest rock band to ever come out of Richmond, Virginia was, which is
The Lamb of God.
Guar.
Solely from Richmond, Virginia. Isn't the answer Lamb of God?
Well,
Because
I guess
think
I was going to say Guar, but yeah, Lamb of God's pretty good too.
Guar, you know what I'm saying? We have municipal waste.
Oh,
And then-
that's right.
There's a lot of. I saw a pair of glasses for municipal waste today. That's why I had those in my head.
Yeah. I
Some
don't know
punk, I
that
think.
much about those guys. That's
I
a
mean,
crazy
I just know
band.
Some crazy punk, I think.
Yeah, they're a crazy band.
I used to like punk rock back in the day, so.
Yeah, that's unreal. So, what's going on in the Bad Omens world? I know you guys dropped the record last year and stuff. Is there anything in the works? Are you guys do you guys prepare for anything?
I mean, we're just keeping very, very busy. And
Yeah.
then now that we're, it's hard to like get free time to do anything else but tour. But when we do, when we're off for a month, whatever, we try to get a little creative now, get some new ideas started, and have something to work on off stage. But that's the point. Like the next tour needs to be prepared. The visuals needs to be thought over. There's a lot of just off stage, off tour work as well. It's a full-time gig for sure.
Yeah, how much preparation does go into doing what you guys do on stage? Because what you guys do, yeah, it's a lot, huh?
It's a lot, yeah. We have a whole team, and then being able to outsource to people that are creative to help us with the visuals, and try to fit into whatever concept we had got going, and then. Yeah, and then like whatever the money is allowed is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make it look as big as possible, and then there's a lot of preparation that goes into that. Like, are we gonna be allowed to do that there? Can they do that at that venue? We have to try to get venues that can accommodate such a show and etc. It's like a lot of things to consider.
Yeah, there's a lot of cogs that are working in the same direction.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I myself am not dealing directly with those things.
Right. Yeah,
fortunately.
Yeah,
So,
they insulate you a little bit from that, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's good, but it's I know that there's there's a lot of work going on all the time.
Yeah. So, are you surprised in the last year about? I mean, the band's really popped. Was this something you could feel, or is it?
It's like I said, you can't say I never put a timestamp on it, but like if you don't expect some good shit to happen, they
Right.
might not. So obviously, I've always been like, oh, it's gonna be great. Like whenever I always visualize bigger and bigger, and then I'm still just on stepping stones to where we want to go and whatnot. But this is awesome. Obviously, it went really quick. 1 year. Like last year, but we were touring the whole time, and like I was always seeing the same people. I was always like, we were in a bubble almost, and then everybody else on the outside could see it a little different perspective than we could. We saw it in the rise of people going to our shows and engagement, and and then we had songs on the radio all of a sudden that was actually spinning, and you could definitely see it taking a real turn there, and it was really cool. Absolutely.
Yeah, and you guys live in a different world than the one I grew up in, because we didn't have all this internet stuff. you know?
Exactly. It's a completely new thing. There's even like I keep saying, we had a real good leverage through TikTok.
Yeah.
And like how a song got popular there, and through that whole engagement, a lot of other people started listening to us through that way, which is an awesome thing to happen to a band like us. Which I don't think that we're not a TikTok band. Well, that now. When all of that stages actually started, there are artists that can almost be considered TikTok art or social media artists. Like their whole thing is like they've never played a live show, and they just becomes artists out of social media. That's a completely different thing, obviously. So.
Right, and at the end of the day, I mean, you got to make the music, you got to play the music, and you have to present it to everybody.
Yeah.
And it can't just be living on your phone.
No, exactly. I myself and try to stay off the internet as much as possible a little bit these days because I think it's healthy for me, because it has been a lot bigger, and I kind of don't want to see all of it or see how big. It's just easier to put myself on a normal plane. Like I'm just a normal geeky dude, so it's just nice to I have my Instagram, whatever, and I cater to that, but I try not to read too much about it, or if there's even haters out there that say something, like I'd rather not read about it.
Right. Yeah, let somebody else do that.
Yeah. I know there's always people that are not going to like everything that you do, and that's going to be okay.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? You got to please yourself first.
Exactly. Yeah.
And with the internet and everything, and even the world that we live in, everything's kind of crazy about how small everything's kind of gotten. And do you keep in contact with your parents a lot? I mean,
Yeah, I went to one point. I do live now on the other side of the pond.
Yeah.
And but I'd say that we, at least in the off tour scenario, we peep in like every week or episode to have a little FaceTime chat. And it's always good to see their faces. Now that we've been touring, it's always a little harder to do that. But as soon as I'm off again, I'll see that everything is good back home.
And when you tell your parents I'm going to go to the United States and play in a band, what do they say?
I think they've always known that I needed to chase whatever I was chasing.
Okay.
'Cause like I said, before even I got over here, I was touring with another band from Sweden. We were out all the time. We didn't make any money, and they knew that. But they knew I was hustling off touring to be able to do what I was doing. Like I was working normal jobs. Just I had a work mentality. I wasn't now just partying and drinking and losing all my money. I was very trying to save as much as possible so that I could go out and tour for a month with the band that we're just gonna lose money on, and then we go home again and we make money so that we could go out. So it all started there, and they just knew that was what I was doing. That was making me happy, and that's actually pretty cool. Like they never said a single thing that would ever deter me from my road. Like, when are you gonna see a different? Or ever no, they knew it was always this, and now I guess it's been good lately. So
Yeah.
So I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they stuck with me.
So what's in the future here for you guys? Tours and when do you plan on hunkering down and recording anything?
Man, all of that is unscheduled, and then I know that we have a very busy year next year, and that's pretty much all I can say without someone telling me what I'm allowed to say.
Okay, all right.
But we are, like I said, now it's been a long time. So
Here, hang on. Turn that on. There you go.
Shit, there we go.
No one could hear what you were saying anyways.
Yeah, cool.
Not for this whole time, right? No, okay.
Sweet. I just probably pressed it in the middle.
So what he was saying really was, this is what he was actually saying.
I forgot it. I forgot what my trail of thought was.
What you said you got a busy year next year, but you really
Yeah,
can't
we
talk
do have
about
touring wise. I think it's going to be a very busy year, and then like I said, it's been a minute since our album is coming up on one. It's over a year release, right?
Yeah,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's that's in our head. We need to write new stuff, and that's always fun to get creative again and see what that's bringing.
Do you
us.
have stuff in your head or stuff maybe
We have a little bit printed. I think we have some cool ideas that I'm really excited about exploring fully. Absolutely. We have a little bit of what direction we want to go in, and I think it's going to be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's really great to meet you. I know Ann Erickson over here is just a gigantic fan. She wants to say hello and everything like that. But thank you so much for being part of Riff Fest. I can't wait to see you guys play tonight.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.